Gear up, Scooter fam. Today, I thought we'd do a continuation of the Black Friday updates for pricing. There's been a few updates just since our last coverage on any price updates, and there's been maybe more than a few since our last Black Friday video. So I do update, the channel on a periodic basis, as you guys know. My subscribers who watch all my videos, I'll give updates. Sometimes towards the end of my video, sometimes in the beginning. But this entire video will be dedicated to Black Friday. So to start off, we're gonna start off in InMotion. They've got a great Black Friday deal going on. $36.99 for the InMotion RS, the big one, and that's a really good price. It's stuck around $39.99. Once again, I think I did share that code in a previous video. It was ESA Midnight on Voro Motors, and you were able to get an extra couple $100 off. That was right after that sale started, so I haven't tried it again, but it may be worth checking out there versus here. And then I don't know if InMotion tax on it, the tax is onto the price, or if it's included. So that I haven't went through that process here, so that'd be something else to check into. But the point is, their Black Friday sale is $36.99 for the InMotion RS, $27.99 for the RS Lite, which is also a great scooter. And then of course they have the InMotion Climber at $5.99. Those are all great deals in my opinion. The Climber I've been watching for a while. It was $9.99, dropped to $7.99. I think $6.99, sorry, and then now it's $5.99. So that's really good for Black Friday. The rest of these, I don't really follow that close because they're single motor scooters, but there are a few good deals aside from that as well if you're interested in those. Next up is GoTracks, and we talked about GoTracks on our last video, Black Friday video, and they have this GX0 at $7.99, which I believe is a great deal. But the GX1 was $10.99, and now it's dropped to $9.99. So that's even a bigger drop in a price for the GX1, making that GX1 super, super nice. When I very first started watching the GoTracks and looking at their dual motors, I believe these were the prices. I don't remember. I want to say that was maybe $8.99. This was $9.99 or something like that. But yeah, the GX1 was $9.99. It was $1,000, and I thought it was actually a really decent deal at that price. And just noticed today it's back to $9.99. So if you're interested in a GoTracks, these two are really good for the price. And that GX1, I think it's a steal at $9.99. Next up, we have the Yumi brand. I haven't spent a ton of time on these, but I had a viewer point one out to me, so I decided to look up the Yumi Predator, which I've done another video on comparing it to the Mars XTR. But it's a really decent scooter based on what I know. It's a fairly new scooter to the market, and right now probably the most notable by Yumi from what I've seen, and it's $34.99 for Black Friday. So if you're interested in that Yumi Predator, and it's a decent scooter, $34.99 seems like a good deal. Next up for Apollo, the two main call outs I have for the Apollo is that the Apollo Pro is $29.99. If you watch some of my other videos in between the last Black Friday video, I believe in the Black Friday video it was $31.99, and which I have seen before, but I have not seen it at $29.99. So that is new for this Black Friday video update. And $29.99 is the lowest I've seen the Apollo Pro. So if you're interested in the Apollo Pro, now would probably be the best time to get it. $3,000 is a good deal for that scooter. The other notable deal is the Apollo Phantom for V4X, and it's $18.99. Obviously, that's the cheapest that I've seen it. I have seen it that cheap right before going to Black Friday, I believe. When I was kind of going back and forth on the Klima. Without, I was going to get the Klima. There was 3 main scooters I was really looking at. There were some other contenders, but it was the Apollo Phantom, the Wolf Warrior X, and the Nami Klima. And I ended up going with the Klima. But $18.99 is a good deal for this scooter, and it's $8.99. It's $18.99 for Black Friday. The one thing is that they're coming out with new ones that are got some upgrades and whatnot. But I think for the price and the performance of the Apollo Phantom V4, it's worth $18.99. But once again, you got new Phantoms coming out, the 2.0s. So you're kind of getting a deal because it's being discontinued. Solar is having a Black Friday deal. There's not a lot to talk about. In particular, scooters. They just had 12% off all their scooters. So it's 12% off across the board, any scooters that you like. Just good deals. I like the P1 Pro because you have a choice of not having the trigger throttle. I think they have a twist throttle and a finger throttle. And that's just my own preference, but they have some decent scooters here. The Solar EQ is a decent scooter. If they had a choice between finger throttle, that would be a nice scooter to consider. I have considered the P1 Pro, like I said, because it's around a $2,000 range, and it does have a choice to have a thumb throttle or a twist throttle, I believe, which I like the thumb throttles. 12% off all the solar scooters for Black Friday. Segway, they have the normal deals. I don't really follow the single motor scooters a lot, but the ZT3 Pro, I have done a video on it, is a single motor scooter, and it is a popular scooter right now, and the price did just drop to $10.99 for Black Friday. And so I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. The ZT3 Pro is now $10.99 for Black Friday. Next up is the Maxfun 10 Pro. This is another one that kind of jumped onto my list. I haven't spent a ton of time looking into, but I did do a comparison video with that and the Klima. And, it's for $16.99, I believe that's a deal. When I first was looking at the Klima, this was on my radar. It's a 72 volt. It's a decent scooter. I actually like the scooter. It's very interesting. But the deal at $16.99 is definitely a deal. That makes it a real interesting scooter to me at that price point. So the Maxfun 10 Pro 72 volt is $16.99 for Black Friday. We have the Cavo site here. They have Black Friday deals going on. Some pretty good deals on the Mantis line as well as the Wolf Warrior and Wolf King line. I'm big in the Wolf. I like the dual stems from Cavo. The single stems are okay, but if I were going to go with a Cavo, it would be a dual stem. I like all of these on the bottom, honestly. Though you can't go wrong with any of these, any of the scooters really. But for my own preference, the Wolf Warrior X Plus, 10 Plus, whatever, is awesome at $14.99. That's a great deal. The Wolf Warrior 11 Pro also $23.99. Not terrible. The Pro Plus, that is, and the Wolf King GT Pro, maybe my favorite of all these deals, just because of what you get for the money. You get the extra bang for the buck. It's 62 miles an hour, tons of range. Just a great scooter. The GTR is top of the line. One thing I don't like about it is that you can only get a trigger throttle. So same with the Wolf Warrior X. Those two, at least I think the Wolf Warrior X has the center display. I'm not sure about the Wolf King GTR. I would think it does. But in any case, you got both of those with the trigger throttle, which I don't care for. So the Wolf King GT Pro with the center display and a thumb throttle is my favorite of these scooters. Next up is the Roadrunner. They have some deals on Black Friday as well. Most notably, the RX-7 being $37.99, which is the best deal that I've seen on the RX-7 since I've been tracking it. I believe it started at $39.99, dropped to $38.99 fairly recently, and then for Black Friday, $37.99. All right, so what are my final thoughts on everything for Black Friday? I think there's some really good deals. If you're if you're looking for some deals at every level, all the way from like $600 for the climber up to, $3,800 for the RX-7, which I think are all decent deals. Of course, you got the InMotion RS at 3,700. Man, and if you can still get that 200 off on Voro, man, that's 34.99 for InMotion RS, which in my mind would pretty much beat everything out at that price. Every other scooter at $34.99, for the InMotion, yeah, hands down. If you could get that scooter for that, if you're in the market for a $3,500 scooter, and that code still works, ESA Midnight, I'll throw it up here just in case. You go try it over in Voro and possibly get an extra $200 off. It worked last time I tried it, but I haven't tried it in a few days. So if they updated that, it might not be the same. If I had to pick my favorite scooter for the money before I end the video for Black Friday, I'll tell you what, if I could get that InMotion RS for $34.99 and I was in the market for a $3,500 scooter, yep, that would be the one. I think that's probably the best deal right now. Even $36.99 is still a great deal. At $34.99, it's a no-brainer. I'm not in the market at the moment for a scooter at all. I will be in the somewhat near future, hopefully, most likely, but may not be a $3,500 scooter. I have to see about that. But if you are at the moment in the market for a $3,500 scooter, the InMotion RS is probably my favorite deal for Black Friday at the moment. Guys, if you enjoyed this content, you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and happy riding.